Morning friends. So I am at Bagalung bus station. I've just bought a ticket to Kagbeni, which is way up in like the middle of Mustang. So essentially I'm going around the Annapurna circuit like that. Kagbeni is hell and gone from anywhere. And I'm taking a local bus, which quite frankly, from what I've heard, is not advisable. But since when have I cared about such things? Got my ticket. I got about half an hour to wait and probably about an hour to wait after that for the thing to fill up. Looking forward to it. Edge. I miss the edge. So just waiting for the bus to turn up. Kagbeni is not the end of the line really, but it's pretty close. It's way up in the Himalayas. It's a small town, 1,200 people, something like that. It is a way station on the Annapurna circuit, so there are hotels and things like that. It is 2,800 meters up, which is quite the elevation. Just for perspective, Ben Nevis, which is the highest point on the British Isles, is 1,300 meters tall. Last time I was that high up was Innsbruck. A couple of years back. There's a video if you want to watch it. And Innsbruck, as I'm sure you know, is a lovely Austrian town in a gorgeous valley surrounded by the Alps. There's a cable car up to 1,900 meters. There's a restaurant there. I actually taught an entire day's classes from there. And then there's another cable car that takes you up to 2,600. And that is the top. That is the top of the mountain. This is a village, a small town in a valley with crops everywhere, and it's 2,800 meters. Apparently the road to get there is sketchy at best. You got a road up to a place called Beni, and then it transitions into a dirt track for about 100 clicks. Yeah. You know, I'm a patient man. I have to be in my position, but I must admit I'm getting not nervous really, but it is probably an 8-hour drive to where I'm going to, and apparently the last 100 clicks is sketchy, and if it doesn't come soon and leave soon, that last 100 clicks is going to be after dark. I don't relish that possibility much. So, having driven up and down mountains for the last hour and a half, pit stop for lavatory and drinks and food and stuff. It is a lovely part of the world. The wonderful thing about tigers is that tigers are wonderful things. Right, 5-minute pit stop on this pretty quite serious journey. I'll elucidate that later, but look at that. An absolutely massive, beautiful waterfall. So just before everyone else gets back on, I am in the worst seat on the bus, which does sometimes happen. All the way at the back, minimal leg room, and all of the rest of the seats recline So I've had the back of the seat in front of me touching my stomach and resting my arms on the top. It's been a fun journey though. Hell, but fun. And the music is very, very loud. Excuse me. Right, so a bit of a pit stop because the Annapurna Conservation Area has a permit. So essentially you pay your permit. This is for anything, whether you're trekking or not, for entering the conservation area, which is kind of fair, you know. It was 3,500 rupees, which is the best part of £20 sterling. I haven't really had much of a chance to record while we're moving because the roads are pretty bad and I was bouncing around. I'm in the back seat. My ass was leaving the seat about once every 30 seconds for a good couple of hours there. It's 5 p.m. We set off with one long stop for lunch at about 10 past 10. I think I've still got at least a couple of hours, so hopefully I'll be there by sunset. Oh, one additional thought that I've had more than once the last few hours was Mark and I have to come back here and ride motorcycles. Easily the best method of transportation for this terrain. Because the roads in places, in many places, are wrecked. You have massive landslides that occasionally just take out an entire section. And it's a little disconcerting actually, because some of the boulders, I saw a boulder that looked like it had freshly rolled down the mountain, and it was the size of a 2-story house. It was very serious. But with the monsoon, floods, flash floods and landslides, and the roads are really quite a mess. Plus that magnificent chariot behind me is not all that really. Okay, a bit more, just because my my bus mates appear to be dawdling slightly. A lot of evergreen trees up here, which of course does track. I think that alpine is a disrespectful adjective to use when you're talking about the Himalayas. But pretty cool. And there's that mountain up there. I haven't got a clear shot of it yet. But yeah. Right, arrived in Jomsom, and pretty much the entire bus is staying here for the night, so I have to sort out alternative. It's only 10 clicks up the road. I think I might be able to prevail upon the bus driver to give me a ride. I guess we'll see. As you can see, it's getting dark. And I don't know if you can see it over there, but that is Jupiter and Mercury. Bright as fuck. Anyway. Good morning, friends. So, having had a medium hardcore journey yesterday, eventually, after about an hour back in Jumban, I managed to get a ride to where I currently am in Kagbeni. We are way deep in the Himalayas here, man. We reached my accommodation, which is that. Yak Donald's. Don't let that terrifying pun put you off. This building and this hotel is absolutely lovely. On the first floor, there is an extensive sitting area and there's a Buddhist shrine right at the end. And I came downstairs. Hi, Riz. Hello. I came downstairs to find 30 monks having a chant meeting event. I didn't record them because I'm gonna ask and see if it's permissible in any way, because it's a hell of a sight. I've just had a walk around this tiny little place, and I'm wearing a jumper for the first time since Kashmir. Kagbeni is, as I mentioned before, kind of like from Pokhara all the way around the Annapurna Massif. And the last time I was this high up was Innsbruck. I made a video in 2024, if you care to check that out. Innsbruck in Austria, lovely little town in a deep valley surrounded by the Alps. There was a cable car to take you up to 1900 meters. And there's a restaurant there. I actually taught an entire day's classes from that restaurant. And then there's another cable car to take you up to the top of the mountain, which is 2600 meters, and it's the peak. Just standing here in this little town, I'm at 2800 meters. I'm going to do a little exploring, and I will get back to you. This is such a stunning location, and that there is a Buddhist shrine. The whole thing around here, because Nepal, as I'm sure you know, is predominantly Hindu. Okay, so this is what I was mentioning earlier. This is the first floor with this rather tasteful gathering area. And then at the end, an absolutely lovely shrine. I think you have the most junior guys over there, and then it carries on, and then these are for the senior ones. My bedroom's just upstairs.